Yesterday, the Prime Minister stood in Parliament and made what he described as a solemn vow to keep Jewish Australians safe. And then he said this.
We must channel our anger into meaningful action to ensure an atrocity such as this can never happen again. And that responsibility starts with me as Australia's 31st Prime Minister.
It was refreshing to hear the PM accept that responsibility starts with him. That's been one of the criticisms of Anthony Albanese, that he's never apologised, much less taken any personal responsibility for having allowed anti-Semitism to reach endemic levels over the past 2 years. Alas, this new and improved Prime Minister was but a mirage. Just 24 hours later, Anthony Albanese was today defending his government's terrible record on anti-Semitism because, well, what about ScoMo?
The idea that anti-Semitism began 2 years ago with the change of government is false, and it's declared to be false by the comments of those opposite in senior positions. Despite the surge in anti-Semitism on their watch, did the Morrison government appoint a special envoy to combat anti-Semitism? No.
Honestly, that was an exercise in whataboutism that would have made a recalcitrant teenager blush. Why are you upset with me? Did you see what Scotty did? In 2024, the Australian Jewish community suffered its most traumatic year on record. Anti-Semitic incidents spiking by a staggering 324% on the previous year. Well, yeah, but what about Scott Morrison? Responsibility starts with me. So let's talk about the last guy. Honestly, you couldn't make this up. Does Anthony Albanese really want to play this game? Anthony Albanese did appoint a special envoy to combat anti-Semitism. That is true. What's also true is he left the envoy's report sitting in a drawer while he awaited a report on Islamophobia, just to prove how serious he was about addressing anti-Semitism. And that's his boast? Say what you like about Scott Morrison, Prime Minister. The inescapable fact is that 15 Australians, most of them Jews, weren't shot dead on a Sunday afternoon at Bondi while the last guy was running the country. No, that happened on your watch. I'll give the last word to former Prime Minister Scott Morrison. He tweeted just a short time ago, and I quote, "Hamas never praised the actions of my government, Elbow, but they did praise yours." Touché.